How you doing, everybody? So it is official. I do have auto auction access, which allows me to buy cars at wholesale price. And because I can buy them at wholesale price and I don't have the overhead that a dealership has, I can pass on those costs to you. Now, this is a twofold video, so I'm speaking to two people. I'm speaking to people on the ministry side, and I'm also making this video in reference to my car buying service. So, for those on the ministry side, you know what I told you. We ain't got to go there. You know what I told you when you're ready to get a vehicle. So, I've had a few brothers contact me about vehicles. They said, "Hey, let me know when you get it situated because I'm in the market for a truck, or I'm in the market for a Challenger." And so I decided that it would be good to use this Challenger since it's more upscale in regards to price as an example. And I'm also going to show you some other things on the amount of money that you can save. So I had somebody contact me. I'm not going to mention their name because it's not really important, but hopefully they're watching this video right now. And we're going to break down this Challenger, this 2018 Dodge Challenger. We can get any year, any model, any make, and just break down the numbers and see, is there actually savings to be had on even a brand new vehicle? Now, you're going to save more with the older vehicles because the newer vehicles, you know, they're trying to make money off of it. It hasn't made its rounds, stuff like that. But you can still save some money compared to retail. So we have a 2018 Dodge Challenger, and you see I'm on Manheim. This is me, Kelson King. And this vehicle is going to be running through the auction on the 29th at 10 a.m. And it is located, this one specifically is located in Tennessee, Manheim, Nashville. So I'm going to break all this down so y'all can understand it. It may look complicated, but it's really simple. It's really, if you have flipped houses or you're familiar with flipping houses, the concept is pretty much the same. So let's check this Challenger out real quick. This vehicle is brand new. It's a 2018. Nice car. I've ridden them before, and they ride good. They have plenty of room. Yeah, this is the V6. It's the base model. This is not the SXT Plus. So this vehicle is brand new. It has one little scuff right here, a little scratch. Let's zoom in and see that. Yeah, one little scratch right here on this brand new car. So they break down, they tell you everything that's pretty much wrong with this vehicle, but you have to do your own due diligence. So if we scroll down here, it tells you the vehicle specification, 2018 Dodge Challenger SXT. It tells you the miles, it tells you the engine type, 3.6 liter V6, gray exterior, black interior, as we saw. You got your VIN number so you can do your own research. Is this a salvage title? No, it's not. As is, no, because it's still under warranty because it's brand new. Two-wheel drive, cloth interior, has all your features, and you need to know this when you run it through Kelley Blue Book or Black Book or whatever you may use. And we're going to do that also, and I've already got that brought up so you can see that you can save some money. So if you want to get this vehicle shipped, you would let's say I want to get it shipped to my location. Let's say I was buying it, so I will put in my zip code, and then it's going to tell me how much. So it would cost $362 to get this vehicle shipped to Columbus, Georgia, within 4 to 7 days. Now, I wouldn't wait that long. I would probably go get the vehicle because Nashville is not that far from me. So I wouldn't pay them $362. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't, just depending on how much, no, not how much, but what I had going on. But so we can ship a vehicle. The point being, we can ship a vehicle anywhere in the world. Yes, in the world. Now, I'm not set up to start exporting vehicles, but Lord willing, I will be able to do that. But I can right now ship a vehicle anywhere in the nation. So yeah, you go back up here and let's start to break this down. What we're going to be looking for, especially on this, is a condition report. All vehicles have a condition report, what they're supposed to. But sometimes you get on here and you don't see a condition report, and you might want to go check it out, which you should if you have access, as if you get into this. If you have access to these local auctions, you got to do your pre-vehicle inspection before you bid on them, especially if you're close to it. So we have our condition report. We're going to click this. It's going to give us the breakdown of the vehicle, everything that's wrong with it, which it's not going to be too much wrong with it. You got your pictures. You can look at them by section: exterior, interior, miscellaneous, damages. It has 2 damages. It has no structural damage, no prior paint. The tires are excellent. The auto check is clean. It's drivable. It starts. It has no odors. It has 2 keys present, and the title is no data, which means that the title is most likely with the dealership. It may not be at the auction. So it tells you the options it has, high value options that bring the value of this vehicle up: backup camera, Bluetooth connection, heated front seats, keyless start, power driver seat, premium sound system, satellite radio, smart device integration. Which let me pause right here, because I'm gonna go to the blue book and I'm gonna show you already. This is your trade-in value, but this trade-in value is a little bit lower because when I did this, I didn't add some of these where'd you go? Yeah, I didn't add the backup camera. I didn't add the heated front seats. I didn't add the premium sound system because I didn't look at this. So now that I know that this vehicle has a premium sound system, it has the heated front seats, the value on here is actually going to go up. So keep that in mind when we come back in, we break this down. So you can sort by damage location, and let's look at the damage. And the damage is this: front bumper cover, condition chip, severity 10 or more. Minor damages, conventional repairs may be required. So that was a chip right there. It has that a chip, and they grade the chip, and they tell you how bad the chip is. And you see the little scale right here. It tells you where it's at, which is right there, and it's right here. So it's, that would be severe, and that would be like, okay, that would be with your older vehicles. It gives you the tire size and the tread on the tire. This is your auto check information. You have auto check buyback protection because they're verifying that this vehicle checks out with all of this stuff. Title and problem check, vehicle checks out. Odometer check, so the mileage has not been rolled back. They give you some more details about the vehicle. It gives you the options down here that this vehicle came with from the factory. So when you're doing your comps, comparing it to Kelley Blue Book and trying to get the best deal, then you're able to do that. It tells you the mechanical stuff. So let's go back up. It said other. Let's click and see what the other is. So description: had a mechanical issue, and they repaired it. So whatever it was, and you can find this out. All you gotta do is call. It may have been something big. It may have been something small. It may have been a factory recall. They're gonna tell you all of that. But whatever it was, it has been fixed. They have to tell you that if they're gonna be honest. Now, you do have people on here that are shady. That's with anything. We live in a world that it is what it is. So with anything, you have to do your due diligence. But I would be comfortable with purchasing this vehicle for myself if I had the money. So let's get to the numbers, because you may say, well, I can get this vehicle for cheaper than that, or, that's too much. So you have what they call adjusted MMR. Now, MMR stands for Manheim Market Report. And so this is really what's going to blow your mind. It blew my mind, really. So you see, it's the Manheim Market Report. It's going to give you a breakdown of what these cars this year with similar mileage, and everything else have sold for. So let's scroll down and we can see the base MMR on these cars. So these cars are typically selling wholesale for $21,500 with the average odometer mileage of 10,392 with an average condition of 4.3. The typical range is between 20,600 and 22,500. So at the auction, at wholesale, this is what these vehicles are typically selling for, and this is the average. Now you get adjustments, like because the mileage is the mileage is lower, you get a bonus. Because the condition report is higher than the average, you get a bonus. And because of the color, because they do all this, they have all this data. They know what colors that people like in cars, what colors sell and what colors don't sell. So you get a bonus because it's gray, which means that this car is most likely gonna sell that much faster compared to, let's do a beige. They don't even have a beige Challenger. I knew that. Let's do burgundy. Well, it's not coming up. So let's go back to gray. Let's see if green pops up. So you get an extra, there you go. You get an extra bonus for having a green one. So a green Challenger is popular. Let's do the orange one. We know they got the orange one. So you don't get that big of a bump. So I'm trying to find a color that doesn't really, let's try purple, that you get a negative on. Purple is not enough data. So let's go back to our gray, but you get the point. Certain colors, it can have a minus right here also because of the color of the vehicle and the mileage and everything. So if we scroll down here, it's going to show, it's showing 25 or 28 transactions. So it's going to show me what this vehicle in the same range has sold for. 21,500, 21,500, 21,300. Mileage 4,000, a little bit over 8,000, a little bit over 8,000. It tells you the condition 4.6. The engine, it was a V6 automatic transmission. The exterior color, the type it was, the region, and where it was located at. So I can do all of this research. So right here we have Nashville. One sold for $23,300. Had 14,000 miles, had a 4.4 condition report, V6 automatic gray, regular Southeast Nashville. So when I'm looking at this, I'm comparing that. I'm saying, okay, this has less miles, has a better condition report, and they want less money. It went for less money because you can sometimes it will have a buy it now, right? It have buy it now, you can buy it. You can buy it at that price. But a lot of times what they'll do is when they have the buy it now, the price will be on the higher end. And that's because they're trying to make money also. But below that, it will say, make an offer. So you do the same thing. You'll see what these vehicles are going for. And what you want to do is you want to get this vehicle. Let's say we're purchasing this vehicle. I want to pay as close as this or less as less as I can. If I can get it under this, then great, as possible. I don't want to end up paying $24,000 for this vehicle because I'm not going to make that much money off of it if I was, selling it like that. But to my people on my ministry side, you already know what I told you. But on the business side, I want to get this vehicle. If I'm purchasing this vehicle, I'm finding this vehicle for a customer. I want to get this vehicle to as close as this price as possible or lower. I can't negotiate with this because it's not a buy it now and it doesn't have make an offer. So this is actually going to be bidded on, and it's going to go for about this much right here. So you can expect to pay this much. So this is where the good stuff gets at too. Historical average in the past 30 days, these vehicles have sold for $21,500 with an average of 10,392 miles. In the last 6 months, 21,100 with an average of 12,376 miles. Last year, not enough data because it's 2018. So the projected average of next month is 21,500. So I know that this vehicle is going to go around that much. So is there room to make money off of it? Of course. The estimated retail value is $26,900. The typical range, depending on the features and different things, is $24,200, and between that and $28,100. So if I can get this vehicle for $22,000 or less or around there, I know that there's room to negotiate to make money off this vehicle. But guess what? Me having a car buying service, I don't have the overhead that the dealerships have, so I don't have to charge the full retail value. So typically, when you go look for this vehicle, this is the range it's going to run in. So yes, there's room to make money off of this vehicle for me, and there's also room for savings. So on the business side, if you're purchasing a vehicle from me through my my car buying service, because I don't have the overhead like the dealership do, I can pass on these savings to you. Now, what would you rather finance? $22,200 or $26,900, give or take, because that would be a little bit more depending on if you're getting the vehicle shipped and also my buying fee. Now, even with my buying fee, let's say I charge you a buying fee of $1,000. That will bring that vehicle to $23,200. You're still under what the vehicle goes for at retail. So you're still saving money. Let's calculate the shipping. So we're at $23,200, right? Okay. Let's get a shipping quote. Let's go to another location. Let's go here. Automotive Elite. And this is they're in California, not California, but Florida. So this vehicle to get from Nashville to Florida would be $778. So to keep the math simple, we're going to round it up. We're going to say $1,000. So that's $2,000 that we're going to add on. So that would be $24,200. That's still cheaper than, let's go back up, let's go, if it comes up, that's still cheaper than what retail is. Now, is this vehicle worth that? Can you possibly make some money off of it? Can you not already be upside down in it? Of course, because you're getting these great savings. Now, if we go to Kelley Blue Book, I already brought it up, I already did all the math. Now, mind you, these numbers will be a little bit higher because I forgot to factor in the backup camera, the premium sound system, and the heated seats. I didn't click those options, which is going to bring the trade-in amount up. And it's typically going to be equal to what you just saw. And you see how close? It's pretty close. Trade-in range is from $19,926 to $21,773. And that's the average, $20,850. So I guarantee if I went back and I added those options, that value would go up. So even if you bought this vehicle for 24 and you say, okay, I want to trade it in, you're not upside down, so you can go trade this vehicle in and pretty much be out of pocket nothing or almost break even. You see what I'm saying? Let's say you got this vehicle financed and I let you get it for $24,200 to your door. You know what I'm saying? You paid the taxes on it yourself. You paid your title stuff and everything, which it's smart. Let me tell you something that I learned. When you add the taxes and the titles to the loan amount itself, you actually end up paying more money because you end up paying interest on the actual title and the taxes. What we should do, and I understand that some of us don't have the money to do that. Like, I don't have the money to do that. I don't have the money to pay the taxes and title on a vehicle. But if you do have the money to pay the taxes and the title and all that little knick-knack stuff they be charging, pay for it out of your own pocket. Because if you don't pay for it out your own pocket, it ends up being financed into the full amount of the vehicle. So you actually end up paying more for the vehicle because you're paying interest on that. Because they're pretty much saying, we're going to front you the money to pay for the title, to pay for the processing fee, to pay for the dock fee, to pay for the transportation fee, to pay for your tag. We're going to front you the money for that because you don't have it. And so since we're fronting you the money, you pay interest on it. So with those little fees they charge and everything, you like all these fees and stuff like that. You typically want to pay for that out your pocket if you can, because you end up saving more money. So you could technically, if you paid all your fees on there, your title, your tag, your taxes, all that stuff out of pocket, and you got this vehicle financed for, we said $24,200, right? Because we have the vehicle, let's say we're gonna go with this price, $22,200 plus the buyer's fee of $1,000 plus the shipping fee because we rounded up, which brought us to $24,200. Now, mind you, this trading value is higher, but let's go with that. Let's go with the higher range of $21,773. If you trade that vehicle in right now, you know you paid $24,200 for it. You need to trade it in for whatever reason. You know that you're going to get $21,773 off top. You're going to get that because that's what the market is dictating. So guess what? You only have to come out the pocket the difference. So you subtract the $24,200 from the $21,773. We're going to say that's what it's going to give you. And then you would only have to pay that difference compared to you already being upside down in the vehicle. And you got to come out the pocket $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 to get out of the vehicle. This is the stuff they ain't teaching us. They ain't telling us this stuff. Knowledge is powerful, but what you do with the knowledge is even more powerful. So again, you could pretty much break even by buying a car through a car buying service. You don't have to buy it through me, but if you bought a car through a car buying service, then you could pretty much drive this car for free. You know what I'm saying? Minus your maintenance, which you think about, you really don't have to pay for your maintenance because a lot of these cars, they come with they come with a warranty. We know that, but you have to pay for your oil change and stuff like that. And then after a year or 6 months, you want to trade in, you could pretty much break even. Come on now, are you listening? I'm trying to help you out. You know, we about learning, we about growing. This isn't just about, you know what I'm saying, promoting my car buying service. This is also about educating you, giving you the knowledge, you know, stuff that people aren't telling us, you know, and we are here getting raped, you know what I'm saying, by these car dealerships. We already know there's dealerships. So yes, there's a system in place, but that doesn't mean that we have to be out here and be stupid. We don't got to be stupid. Let's be educated. Let's be knowledgeable. Let's go in there and let's have the power to negotiate and not just going in there blindsided. So again, if I added the features that I didn't add on here, which were the heated seats, the backup camera, and the premium sound system, the value of that vehicle will be almost equal, if not close to what you're paying. It may even bring it up where you may even have positive equity in it. Now, that's trading value. Let's say you want to sell it to a private party. You want to do a private party sale. Now check this out. Private party ranges from $22,984 to $25,117, and the average is $24,051. So if I could come in here and I can negotiate this price lower, or if I can bid on it and I can get this vehicle to you, excuse me, for $20,000, or I can get the 21,000, and you drove it for a little while, because you can do your research beforehand and see how many miles you can drive this vehicle before the value depreciates. So you would go in on Kelley Blue Book or whatever, and you would just do your research. You would say you would put about 10,000 miles. You know, the typical person drives about 10,000 miles. So we're going to go 15,000 miles. So you would come on Kelley Blue Book, Blue Book, or whatever research tool you're using, and you would enter the information on the vehicle that you just bought or you're considering buying, and then you would add the mileage. Let's say you want to keep this vehicle for a year. So you would add 10,000 miles to that. 15,513 miles. So I would come to Kelley Blue Book and I would put all my information in. And I wouldn't put this mileage, I would put the 15,513, because I'm calculating, well, it would be 20,000, because we said 15,000 miles. We want a higher end just to give ourselves some cushion. So it would be 20,513 miles. So we give ourselves that cushion. Then we would come to Kelley Blue Book, as I was saying, and we will put that information in, and then it's going to tell us what the value of that vehicle is going to be with 20,000 miles. And I guarantee it's still going to be in this range. It's still going to be in this range. So you could technically, if you got this vehicle at the right price, around this price, or even less, or even a little bit over, you could technically drive this vehicle for a year, put no more than 15,000 miles, or, you know what I'm saying, a little more, a little bit less after you do your research. And then what? You can either trade it in and break even, or if the value of the vehicle goes up, then you would make money. They would have to cut you a check. Let's say that we got this vehicle for $20,000. And then after the buyer's fee, it brought it to $22,000. A flat $22,000. That's with the shipping, and that's with the $1,000 buying fee. You got this for $22,000 compared to the $24,000. $22,000, right? Boom. You know, and you pay the taxes and everything out your own pocket. You know that you could sell this vehicle private party and make some money off of it. You know that you could trade this vehicle in. Let it wait for it to come up. You know you could trade this vehicle in and pretty much break even. You could break even, and if depending on how the market is going, you could make some money off of this vehicle because you have positive equity in it. So what I would do is, if I got it for that price, I would, when it's time for me to sell it, I would list it private party, but I will also get my quote. You know what I'm saying? Go to the dealership, and they're gonna appraise it or whatever, and they're gonna give you a certificate. Like CarMax gives you a 7-day, I think it is, certificate that's good for 7 days, where you can come trade this vehicle in, and they're gonna write you a check. So you could pretty much break even, or even make money off of the vehicle while driving it for a year, all because what? You got it for the right price. Now check this out. It tells you right here, the MSRP is $26,995. You see what I'm saying? So can you save money on even newer vehicles? Absolutely. You can pretty much almost drive this vehicle for free, or a little out of pocket, because you're going to get your money back when they cut you the check. Now let me tell you another thing you can do is this. You can get a loan for it, but don't get a vehicle loan. What you do is, if you are in that position, get a personal loan for this amount. You know why? Because now you have the title. So if you have the title, then you can sell it at any time you want to. Now, it doesn't have to be with a vehicle that costs this amount of money. It could be with a vehicle that costs $5,000. Because when I negotiate my price, or I get this price as low as possible, you're going to have positive equity in the vehicle. But if you did do traditional financing, the bank would have the title. You will pay your monthly you'll pay your monthly payment to them of whatever amount of money. And if your numbers are right, then you could make money off of the vehicle. But even if you did, let's say, then you did break even, you traded in for pretty much that same amount, the $24,200 with the fee and everything, right? The buyer's fee and the shipping fee. And your payments are, let's say, we're going to say $300. That's a little bit over $3,000 that you paid to drive a brand new vehicle for a year or a year and a half. Just depends on what the market is dictating. And then you sold it, and you can sell it private party, which I would do first, and try to pretty much break even, or make a profit. Of course, you want to try to make a profit off of it. We got to stop looking at these vehicles as the way we look at them. This is a business move. You buying this, don't buy. If you buying something for pleasure, that's cool with it. But sometimes you gotta change your mindset. Don't get attached to this stuff. Don't get attached to this stuff. This is an asset. This is a tool to help you in whatever you're trying to do. Enjoy it, get out of it, and then move on to something else. We're here today and gone tomorrow. So let's go here. I want to show you some of the older vehicles. Let's go to my workbook. Y'all see my internet is slow. Come on, internet. So these are my cars that I have in my workbook that are located in Atlanta. Now these are your your little go-getters, your A to B cars, your what they call cash cars. Now I have 74 vehicles listed because I'm doing a search for my mother-in-law to find her a vehicle, and I'm also going through the process myself so I can get familiar with it. So when I do get to the point of being able to purchase vehicles, I'm not here looking like boo-boo the fool. So I'm going to show you some of the cars. 2002 Honda Civic LX, 198,000 miles, condition report of 1.3 because it's used. The adjusted MMR is $475. Now remember what we said about the MMR. This vehicle is typically selling at the auction for $475. That's wholesale price. That's wholesale. That's what I can get it for. That's what any dealership can get it for. But what's the retail? So it takes a hit because of the mileage. It takes a hit because of the condition report. So it has a few dings. It's dirty. It's been used. But it's a Honda Civic and it's a cash car. So it's going to give you the breakdown of all the cars that have this car in this range that have sold the same thing. And then let's see what the retail value is. The estimated retail value based off of all this data is $2,475 with a range of $2,825 to $4,375. $4,375 will be on the higher end. But this typical car is going to sell for about this much. So if I can get this car for $500 or $600, I know that I have a cushion to make a good little profit. Because everywhere, Facebook, this is data including Facebook, Let Go, Offer Up, Craigslist, Auto Trader, all these different things are factored into this estimated retail value. This is what the market is dictating that this vehicle can go for. Meaning, this is what the customers are paying. So guess what? If I can get it for $600, or if I can get it for $500, I know I got some room to make a few dollars. So let's say you were looking for this vehicle. You say, I want a vehicle. I want to get this vehicle so I can flip it myself. I said, okay, I'm not going to charge you the full buyer's fee. I'm not going to charge you the full buyer's fee. Especially, I'm not going to charge you $1,000 anyway because, there's not no room for you to make any money. Something like this, I would charge maybe $100 or $200 for me to buy this vehicle for you, and you can do, and you can do what you want to with it. Maybe you just want this vehicle because you're just looking for a little go-getter. Or maybe you want to get this vehicle because you want to buy it and you want to flip it yourself. So now you don't have to do all this stuff that I'm doing. You don't have to pay the money to have auto auction access. But hey, maybe you just want to get your feet wet and flip a few cars, and now you can flip them through me because I will buy them on your behalf. Now, of course, if you're not next to me or by me to come pick it up, then you got to arrange some type of transport. Some of you got the big trucks and you got a trailer, and you can come down and get it. And then, you can make some money off of it. But of course, you got to do your own research. You're not just going to buy the vehicle and not know how much money you can make off of it. But I would buy this car if I had the $500 or $600. You probably want to have about $1,000 because even if you bought this car for $1,000, you still got some room to make a few bucks. So I would have a cushion of $1,000 if I had $1,000. But I'm trying to pay. What I'm trying to pay is this. I'm trying to pay $475 or less, or $500 or $600. I'm trying to pay as less as possible because the less that I pay, then the more money that I have to make, the more cushion I have to make to offer a better deal. So let's say I bought this vehicle for $500, right? After my fees, because the dealership, the auction, they charge their fees. So I'm out the door, let's say $650 or $700. They had $200 in fees. So that's $700. The title processing fee to get the title, to process the title through the dealership that I'm under, or any dealership that you're under. Unless you own your own dealership, then you're going to pay this fee. There's no way around it. It's $175. So that's what? $5. We said we bought the vehicle $5. Not the dealership, but the auction fee. We're going to say $200. That's $700 plus the $175. That's $875. So you're $875 in on this vehicle. Now you got to clean it up. Are you gonna do it yourself? You got to you got to do certain things. Are you gonna spruce it up, or are you just gonna buy it and then as is? You know what I'm saying? You want to get as close to this as possible. So what you would do is you would clean the vehicle up. And you would fix as much stuff as you can. And if you need to buy a little knick-knack stuff to bring the value of the vehicle up, you do that. You ain't got to spend a lot of money to bring the value of the vehicle up. There's small stuff you can do. You just got to do your research and know. There's people out here doing it. Because you want to get as close to this as possible. So after I didn't put all my money into it, let's say I'm out the door, $1,000. I still got room. So I would list the vehicle for $2,200 because I want to list it less than what the market is dictating because I want people to buy my vehicle because I know what I got into it. I got $1,000 in it. So I'm going to list it for $2,200. But I know in my mind that I want to make at least a $500 profit. So I got $1,000 in it. I know that I would take $1,500 for that vehicle. But if I'm gonna list it for $2,200, so if somebody comes with $2,200, then I'm gonna take the $2,200. But I left myself room for negotiation because people like to negotiate. So they may come and say, all I got is $1,800. I'm going to take that $1,800 because that's going to be a profit in my pocket. I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm trying to build this business to branch off into other stuff like real estate, buying land, and get to a point where I can set up a program to help you all to buy land and get your house built for wholesale, not retail. We ain't playing the retail game no more. A house that is worth $200,000 retail is not that amount wholesale. It is 65 cents on the dollar. You typically want to get a house at 65 cents on the dollar. So you take the value, you take the retail value of the house and you times that times 65 cents, and that's typically the wholesale cost of that house. So these people that have what we call wealth and money, they're not paying retail prices for these houses, these big extravagant houses. They're not paying retail for these what we deem as expensive cars. They're not expensive. They just seem expensive because of the price tag. And the same thing could be said if you making $100,000 a year and you got a car that's $20,000 and your payments ain't nothing but $200 or $300, then you're not thinking that this car is expensive. But if you ain't making nothing but $10,000 a year, or you're getting paid minimum wage, and your car payment is more than what you're making, or you're looking at the car, you say it's a $20,000 car, you're like, I can't afford that. Because why? Because of you thinking that I can't afford it because of the number amount. No, it's not. It's not about that. So it's not really, is the things that we deem expensive, they're not really expensive. They're only expensive because we think that we can't afford them because of the retail price. But if you can get it at wholesale, then majority of the time it becomes more affordable. We got to understand these things. Now, this ain't about, you know what I'm saying, just out here and, you know what I'm saying, just buying up stuff and being, you know what I'm saying, being materialistic. It's about being smart. If I can pay cheaper for something, then why would I pay retail? Now, again, certain situations you do have to pay retail because you may not be in a position to do that. But this is what we're here for, to help each and every one of us get into that position so we can do more with our life, more with our time. For my ministry-minded folks that are watching this video, you can do more for the Lord. For my business people, you can do more with your life, whatever you want to do. That's between you and God at the end of the day. So, yeah, this is some of the vehicles I just wanted to run down and show you this. They got some nice cars. The 2017 Audi Q7. You got high miles, but that doesn't mean nothing. I had a truck. I had two trucks. I had a truck with 300,000 miles, and I ended up selling it for $1,500. And I didn't know about all this. I mean, I knew about it, but I wasn't in it. I could have paid $1,500 for that truck, wholesale, probably less than that, but I ended up paying retail. So yeah, I can get this right here if I had the money, and I can flip it because this is what it's typically going to go for. We just went over that. Even with the high mileage, it took a hit, took a big hit, but it's in good condition. It was well maintained. So what's the retail on it? It's going to show you what it was selling for. Even one with 288,000 miles, 208,000 miles with a 2.9 condition report, it sold for $3,700. So when you're buying this vehicle, you want to get it as close as possible to that number. So this vehicle may not go for $1,775. It may very well go for $5,000 or $4,000. You may say, well, how is that? Because this is a premium vehicle and people are willing to pay more for it. So yeah, the numbers dictate that this vehicle should sell for this much. But guess what? People are willing to pay more for the vehicle, so it shoots the numbers up. So this vehicle I'm deeming will probably go for around, I'm going to say 3,000. I'm going to say between 2 and 3,000. 2 and 3,500. Maybe 4,000. You know why? I'm going to show you why. Because the market is dictating that, because people are paying for it. And look at the retail value. 6,000. So there's room. And typical ranges is that. I've seen this vehicle with this mileage being sold for about 9 to 10,000. So I know it's all about doing your research. They got this Explorer adjusted MMR is 1,200. This vehicle is going to go about for that much. These go all day for about that much. Probably no more than 2,000. They got everything. Everything. I'm trying to find. Look at this. This is a Honda Odyssey with almost 400,000 miles. They took the data down, but it said $100. I would buy this vehicle for $100 so fast and sell it as a work truck and make a few dollars off of it. I'm trying to find the vehicle I was looking for so I can let y'all go. Here we go. This is really the vehicle I'm looking for my my mother-in-law. Now this vehicle is clean. It's an Acura, and so it's pretty much a Honda. It has 135,000 miles, a little bit over 135,000 miles. Condition report is kind of low, but that's because it has some scratches, a little bit of dents and dings. They calculate all that. Now she has a budget of $2,500. The adjusted MMR is $1,375. So I have plenty of cushion to get this vehicle for her. Plenty of cushion. And I know that I can get this vehicle for a good deal within her range. Because this is what they're selling for. This is the average, $925. But look at the retail. If you go to a dealership, this is what you would pay for that vehicle. You would probably pay more than that. They would probably list this vehicle for about $6,000. At a buy here, pay here, they would list this vehicle for about $6,000, maybe even $10,000. I've seen some dealerships, especially around here, the same vehicles that I'm looking at, they got these vehicles marked up to about $13,000. Just highway robbery on top of the interest. On top of the 28% or 21% buy here, pay here interest. Just highway robbery. So I'm trying to educate y'all. I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to help the people. So even if you don't buy a car from me through my car buying service, you have this knowledge. And if you have a question about, hey, what is this vehicle really worth? Can I get it cheaper? Contact me. Contact me, and I you know what I'm saying? I will get online and we can do a screen share and you can see this. And, we can do a consultation. Now, if you're on the ministry side, you already know what it is. You know what to do. Just contact me. But on the business side, contact me and we can look at the numbers and I can help save you money. We can sit down. We can do an hour consultation. So yeah, we got cars for days. Cars for days. Look at that. 2001 BMW 330. 194,000 miles. That ain't nothing if the vehicle is taken care of. Adjusted MMR 675. This vehicle is probably going to sell for about 1,200. It could be sold for probably for about, I'm gonna say, the retail value is 3,000. I'm gonna say 3,200. I'm gonna take a guess, just based off the knowledge that I do have. Looking at these numbers, let's see how close I was. I said 3,200. Boom, it's 42. I was off $1,000. I left some money on the table. But look, the typical range is 34, so I was close. This vehicle is going to sell for about 1,200. There you go, right there. It's telling you 1,250, 400, 700, 400, 1,700, 700, 600, 600. Come on now. So yeah, when you're ready to make a purchase, contact me, and we can get the deal done. We can find you a vehicle. If you can get a personal loan, do it. But I prefer you bring your own financing to the table because you get a lower rate if you bring your own financing. If you are interested in just having a consultation with this and going through and seeing how much you can save, so you can have some more power when you go into these dealerships and get the best price. Or you just want to you want to browse around or whatnot, contact me and we can set up a consultation. For everybody on my ministry side, God bless each and every one of you in Jesus Christ's name. And also, those who are not listening to my ministry, you're only here to listen to what I'm saying. God bless you too.